Taking up their positions well, waiting for She's a Truce. Inheritance still out of line, 0 degrees. Imarella, Bogong Hill. Now She's a Truce goes up. This is race 6. Imarella goes up. Now waiting for 0 degrees. Inheritance. Lift Your Game has gone up to the inside. Seattle's Zephyr, Kingston Exchange. Now for the Lady goes along next. The favourite for the Lady goes up, $2.80, $3.60 over pass. Now 0 degrees goes in. Lift Your Game, the inside runner. Inheritance pulling away from the line. Now Bogong Hill goes up. The rider of Inheritance dismounts. And that is Kelly Gooch. So it looks as though Inheritance is the one out of line. Overpass has gone up for the Lady, drawn wide. Bogong Hill settles down. Oh, Inheritance rears. This Gilding pulling away from the line. Another effort made with Inheritance. Kingston Exchange stands up towards the inside with Lift Your Game. Seattle Zephyr, now they're placing the blindfold on Inheritance. Now waiting on Inheritance to move along. Kelly Gooch standing down behind the barrier stalls. Now still waiting on Inheritance here, holding up the start. All the other runners are standing well. This is race 6. See how we go this time with Inheritance. Oh, rearing and pulling away from the line. Doesn't want to go into those stalls. Favourite on the tote. 3.10 for the Lady, 3.80 overpass. Good money late for blowing into $3.90 and $7.50. 760 Bogong Hill. Now they've got Inheritance in. Just about set now by the looks of things. 0 degrees stands up. Kelly Gooch remounting Inheritance. Now they're boxed at the 1460 metre stalls. Kingston Exchange stands up down on the inside with Lift Your Game. Starter looking over the line. He goes up now. They're set. And the gates open and Lift Your Game down on the inside, and Kingston Exchange got away well. Seattle Zephyr showing speed, followed by Inheritance, then Imarella. Out wide going up was Overpass, followed by 0 degrees for the Lady. Blowing, drifting back through the field, followed then by She's a Truce and Bogong Hill. And Kingston Exchange, after jumping okay, is dropping out to last as they race down the back, and Seattle Zephyr leads a length and a half in front. Imarella followed then down on the inside by Inheritance, followed by For the Lady going up 3 wide. In behind those then Lift Your Game, followed by Overpass on the outside. A further length and a half behind those, Blowing on the inside, followed further back then 0 degrees. Then She's a Truce and Bogong Hill, and Kingston Exchange about 2 or 3 at the tail of the field as they race down the back. They've got about 700 metres to go, and Seattle Zephyr leads about 2 in front. Imarella second, followed then by For the Lady going up wide. Down on the inside was Inheritance. Further back behind those, Bogong Hill starting a run, then Overpass, and further back behind those then Blowing, giving the leaders a big start. And the next one down on the inside as they race towards the turn was 0 degrees, but Seattle Zephyr well clear as they race towards the turn. It's Seattle Zephyr nicely clear, about 3 in front. Inheritance second, followed further back in the field For the Lady running on, and the next one was Bogong Hill, followed by Blowing coming down the outside. But as they race inside the 200, Seattle Zephyr still clear, getting a little bit tired now. Overpass is running on, and down the outside Blowing is coming quickly. It's Seattle Zephyr in front, but Blowing is the one out very wide with Overpass. Blowing hit the lead near the line, and Blowing about a half a neck in front of overpass, followed by Seattle Zephyr second, further back, third Seattle Zephyr, followed further back in the field, then came Inheritance, followed then by Bogong Hill, then Lift Your Game, followed by Umbrella, 0 degrees well back, She's a Truce, followed by For the Lady, and pulling up quickly across the line was Kingston Exchange. Number 4, The Winner Blowing, ridden by Jamie Whitney. Number 4, The Winner Blowing, ridden by Jamie Whitney. Second goes to number 3, Overpass, Greg Farrer, and third, 1, Seattle Zephyr, ridden by Brett Johnson. So the numbers on race 6 here are official: 4-3-1 for The Winner Blowing, trained by Ken Callaghan, ridden by Jamie Whitney, and Blowing is by sanction out of Puffernet. Second goes to number 3, that's Overpass, Greg Farrer for John Morrissey, and 1/3 Seattle Zephyr, Brett Johnson for trainer Amanda Langler. 4-3-1, 5 was 4th Bogong Hill, and the time for the race 1:27.92. That's the way it should be. Good open races. Now Slimwood the Grey about to move along. Now Kelly Gooch is being remounted on Overlander, so it looks as though everything's okay. Overlander will be the last one to be let in. Rich Sky, the Kingston Mouse, drawn the inside. Overlander past fit will start, goes up towards the line now, so they're boxed. This is the second last over the 1200 metres. A very, very open race indeed. A lot of chances here. Starter goes up. Gates open, and that was a good level start indeed. And Overlander got out very well, and Blackstone down on the inside and driving through Handy Andy, and closer down towards the inside was the Kingston Mouse, and further back behind those came Spirited Ability, and Gregan is not too far away. Then My Gundy Girl, and the break behind those in the field, Shelby County Slimwood. Down on the inside, Travel the Summit, and Rich Sky is about 4 lengths at the tail of the field as they settle fully into stride, race past the 800, and it's a good race for the lead where Blackstone on the outside and the Kingston Mouse, they were matching strides. A close third, Handy Andy, followed further back in the field, Overlander. Then Spirited Ability gaining a bit of ground, and down on the inside as they race up towards the turn was My Gundy Girl. There's another one in that group there as they race towards the turn. It's Gregan who's starting a run, and well back in the field, Shelby County, followed by Travel the Summit, and at long last was Rich Sky. Around the turn, 300 metres to go, and it's the Kingston Mouse battling away there with Overlander getting into the clear, and now Gregan's putting in a run, and right down the outside, Spirited Ability. Here's a big finish coming up. It's Overlander and Gregan. They're going stride for stride out very wide. Spirited Ability. It's Gregan, Overlander. Gregan put the head in front near the line, and Gregan about a half a neck in front of Overlander. Now close for third out wide, Spirited Ability, or down on the inside, Travel the Summit. Then My Gundy Girl, the Kingston Mouse, Handy Andy. In behind those, Shelby County, Blackstone. Further back in the field, then Slimwood. And last all the way was Rich Sky. Gregan, Robert Sherlock. Very impressive first up winner. Number 1, the winner, Gregan. Trained by Keith Dryden, and Gregan is a 4-year-old brown gelding by Select Prince out of Ebony Mischief. Number 1 is the winner, Gregan, ridden by Robert Sherlock, beating number 3, Overlander Kelly Gooch, and third goes to number 5, and that was Spirited Ability, ridden by Greg Farrer. 1-3-5 are the numbers. 1:10 was the time, a good run. 1:10 was the time. The winner, Gregan, raced by K.R. Dryden, N. Osmond, R.V. and Mrs. M.P. Boardman.
Light goes on. Favourites drawn 3. White blinkers. Whoops, waiting for Emeralds off. Down now. They're racing, and King Salieri didn't begin all that well. He's out the back. He's second and third last early. On the outside, Roving Minstrel the first to go from Kilimanjaro, and Fair Pay's going very fast to join them. Oversubscribed going along the fence inside. Emeralds off from Sly Dancer, Bagolino high-tailored. King Salieri now getting the midfield on the inside from Chin Dancer. Then Mr. Centerfold, Don Larney, Stately Rose in Buckridge. 9.50 to run. Fair Pay found the lead. In second spot, Oversubscribed on the inside of Sly Dancer. Dancer. Emerald's off out 3 deep. Bagolino tracking through on the paint from Hightail at Kilimanjaro deep. The favourite King Salieri awkwardly placed midfield on the inside at Chin Dancer and Roving Minstrel. Then Don Larney, Mr. Centrefold, Stately Rose and Buckridge past the 600. Fair Pay the leader a length over. Emerald's off, oversubscribed third. Then came Sly Dancer, followed then by Kilimanjaro. Bagolino's on the fence. Hightail it and Roving Minstrel going around them. So is Mr. Centrefold. King Salieri's got nowhere to go. He's running up tails. He's gone back third and fourth last. On the bend, Fair Pay let Emerald's off. Kilimanjaro, Roving Minstrel, and here comes Mr. Centrefold. He's cut loose quickly in the straight, and Roving Minstrel tackled by Mr. Centrefold. Then Fair Pay and Emerald's off, but Mr. Centrefold went to the lead from Roving Minstrel, and Mr. Centrefold is driving away. Mr. Centrefold beat Roving Minstrel, third Hightail it. Then came Fair Pay, Chindancer, Stately Rose, Buckridge. King Salieri never got a go at them. From Emerald's off, Bagolino, Don Larney, oversubscribed Kilimanjaro, and last home in the race was Sly Dancer.
Big win. Mr. Centrefold, number 8, trained by Bruce McLaughlin and ridden by Starthy Katsitas, has taken the Bow Desert Cup. $9 for the win and $2.60 for the place. 12 Roving Minstrel, ridden by Gary Gearan, $21.20 just for a place. And 5 Hightail it, ridden by Justin Stanley, $4.40. So a very big trifecta coming up. 8, 12, 5 on the Cup race 7. Now Casino, they're at the boxes. Collision course 540. 6 for race 8. A quick look at Queanbeyan, 28 the red, 260 the stripe, 18 for the white, the blues 11, 16 the yellow, 12 the brown, 380 magic shot and 450 the pink. That race in 3. It's coming up straight after Queanbeyan. Here's Tony Campbell.
Rouge Cheval has led up towards its position. Burrell and the count is still out, so too is Gold Legend. John Morrissey's got 2 here. He's got Millgrove at $5.50, Ryan Wiggins, and he's got Gold Legend, Darren Hoare. It's showing $9.90, so John Morrissey has a strong hold on this race with Millgrove and Gold Legend. 2 to move in. Burrell and Account and Gold Legend are the ones out. Quite Intensive's gone up. Frau Kingston. Big Jack is in line. Getting a little bit dark here. Now, Burrell on Account is the last one to move along. Clickety Click has gone up and is standing well with Abhishek. West Common Lass, one of the favourites. Very open race on the tote, this one. Now, the rider of Count, Matthew Carl, is out of the saddle. The favourite on the tote, Millgrove, at $4.50 now. $5.70 for 9 Big Jack and $6.20 West Common Lass. $7.90 for number 6 Spanish Light. Now just waiting on Burrell on Account to be let up. Just waiting on Burrell on Account to be positioned in the stalls. Gold Legend, Millgrove, stand up quietly. Now Burrell on Account in a stubborn mood over there behind the stalls. Matthew Carl waiting patiently for this filly to move along. Abhishek stands up, Gold Legend, Rouge Cheval, Clickety Click, Big Jack. Millgrove into $4.40 on the tote now. $5.30 for Big Jack. $6.30 for number 4 West Common Lass. $8.40 for 6 Spanish Light, and number 3 Gold Legend into $8.50. Frau Kingston down on the inside stands well. Rouge Cheval stands up. Still waiting on Burrell on Account though. This filly in a very, very stubborn mood. Started going around behind the stalls to lend a hand now. Matthew Carl standing behind the stalls with the arms folded. Bit of a push and a shove over there. I think they may have her in now. Looks like the starter. Yeah, here's the starter coming back around front. So Burrell on Account has gone up. Set for the last. Starter coming round to release the field in the Janet and Ben Ferguson Class 1, the last of the day, over the 1200 metres. Very open race indeed. Starter looking at the line. They're under starter's orders now. They're set. And away they go. Oh, Gold Edge and knuckled over and when they jumped in as a long last. And getting out very well was Quite Intensive, followed by Big Jack showing speed. Abhishek and West Common Lass in that group, followed by Clickety Click going up wide. And not too far away was Millgrove as they sort themselves out. Racing down the back of the track, and Big Jack as the leader, Quite Intensive, followed by Clickety Click, who's up on the outside. And further back behind those in the field, Millgrove, followed then by Abhishek. And down on the inside, West Common Lass, and a break in the field as they sort themselves out. Then Rouge Cheval, followed by Spanish Light. The Turf Phantom well back, followed by Gold Edge and second last, and Frau Kingston at the tail of the field. Up towards the turn, and the leader was Big Jack. Big Jack goes to the lead now, Quite Intensive, followed by Clickety Click third on the outside. Millgrove angling for a run down on the inside, then Abhishek. Further back to Spanish Light, followed by West Common Lass, and a further break the Turf Phantom, followed by Rouge Cheval out very wide, and Gold Edge and but at the 200 metre mark, and the leader down in the centre there was Big Jack. Here's the Turf Phantom down the centre running on, and in between those Millgrove. It's Millgrove just in front. The Turf Phantom on the outside is trying hard, and Big Jack is battling away, but Millgrove wins the last. Millgrove first, Big Jack second, the Turf Phantom third. Now behind those then Rouge Cheval, followed by Abhishek and Spanish Light. Gold Edge and back in the field, followed by West Common Lass. The next one down on the inside, Quite Intensive. Then Clickety Click, and the last one home in the last race was Frau Kingston. Stand by for the numbers in the last race. Number 1 is the winner, Millgrove, ridden by Ryan Wiggins, trained by John Morrissey at 4:30 and 180. Number 1 is the winner, Millgrove, raced by the Gundaroo Stud Syndicate. The managers R.K. Lees and Len Hoyle. Is by Military Plume out of Eden Grove, a 4-year-old black mare, and trained by John Morrissey. Second goes to number 9, that is Big Jack, battling away. Trained by Jeff Hall, ridden by Adrian Late. And number 14 is third, the Turf Phantom, trained at Hawkesbury by Michael Wilson, ridden by Brad Stewart. So the numbers on the last are 1-9-14. 1-9-14. Fourth in the race goes to number 5, and that was Abhishek, a good run. The time was 1:10:43. 1:10:43 the time in the last race. On the numbers 1, 9 and 14. Millgrove to return 4:30:180. Big Jack $2 even, and the Turf Phantom $4.10. Quinella $12.40. Exacta $23.50. Trifecta $309.90. The 1 and 1 daily double $16.90. As the winner Millgrove returns.